Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. I am not just asking for your attention today. I am absolutely commanding your focus right now. If you move past this message, you are actively choosing to sever the exact timeline heaven prepared for you. The algorithm absolutely did not bring you here. Divine alignment intercepted your feed at this exact second. You need to lock your focus right now. The enemy is screaming at you to swipe away. He knows this revelation will permanently destroy his access to your life, and he is terrified of your awakening. What I am about to reveal was sealed until this very moment. You have been fighting endless battles in absolute silence for many months. You are pushing your physical body to the absolute breaking point. But heaven is releasing a highly specific instruction to you right now, and you must drop all your weapons immediately. The silent battles you are fighting today do not require your physical strength, because the universe is stepping in to fight them for you. They require your absolute stillness. You are about to finally understand why doing nothing is your greatest victory. Listen to my voice very carefully right now. That heavy and suffocating feeling sitting in your chest is not normal. You wake up at 3 in the morning with your jaw tight. Your heart is completely racing before you even open your eyes to the world. The outside world desperately wants you to believe this is just severe stress. But I am telling you the raw truth today. That physical weight is a massive spiritual attack against your destiny. Your exhausted physical body is simply detecting the frantic energy of those dark entities who permanently lost their access to you. Your highly advanced spirit is absorbing the toxic panic of everyone around you. You are acting as a human battery for a completely broken matrix. Every single day you wake up and force yourself to keep going. You smile for them while you are quietly bleeding out inside your soul because you care far too much about their comfort. You carry the emotional garbage of master manipulators everywhere you go. You do this because your inner light is so incredibly pure. You must stop doing this destructive behavior to yourself today. You were never meant to save toxic people who are fully committed to their own destruction and endless daily drama. You feel utterly drained because your frequency is actively fighting against an illusion. The Matrix programming demands that you hustle and struggle for every single blessing. They taught you that resting is laziness and that you must constantly prove your worth. But heaven does not measure your immense value by your physical exhaustion, and your spiritual DNA operates on a completely different frequency. The harder you fight, the more you block the divine flow of abundance. You need to release the false guilt of taking time for yourself. Your absolute stillness is the exact key that unlocks your delayed miracles. When you finally decide to rest your body, the entire spiritual realm immediately goes to work on your behalf to manifest your desires. The narcissists in your life demand your constant attention and your endless effort. They feed on your daily exhaustion because it keeps you weak and fully compliant. But your divine spiritual nature is entirely different from their empty souls. You are a truly irreplaceable diamant who is currently trapped in a dark room full of incredibly cheap and worthless rocks. Every time you engage in their chaotic drama, you freely give them the vital, energetic fuel they desperately need to survive. They want you to keep running blindly forever. They pray you never slow down to realize your actual power. Your stillness absolutely terrifies them to their core. I need you to completely reframe your reality right here and right now. Stop trying to work harder to prove your worth to blind people. They cannot even see the blazing light you carry inside you. Your silence and your deep rest will soon become your most lethal weapons, while they slowly drown in the noise of their own making. When you finally stop trying to fix every broken thing around you, the vast universe immediately steps in to fight for you. You have already paid a massive price in endless silent suffering. Now it is time to sit back upon your throne. You will watch heaven deliver your harvest today. You are standing at the exact edge of a massive timeline shift today. The universe is rearranging itself in the dark while you feel completely stagnant. You think your sudden isolation is a cruel punishment for falling behind others. But this quiet isolation is actually your divine formation season, and heaven cleared the room so the dark elite cannot steal what is coming. You are being hidden for your absolute protection. You just need to sit perfectly still and let the cosmic alignment happen. The right doors will automatically swing wide open when you finally stop pushing them, because your frantic pushing is what actually keeps them sealed. Listen closely, because this exact physical feeling is not what you think it is. People who treated you as an option are completely terrified of your quiet energy. They want you to keep seeking their empty validation, so you stay trapped forever. But the moment you stop moving is the exact moment everything completely changes, and the false reality they built around you will instantly collapse. We are going to decode this hidden frequency right now. You are about to see exactly what happens when you finally do nothing. You look at your life right now, and you feel completely stagnant. You see other people constantly moving forward and chasing their endless goals. You feel a deep and heavy guilt for just wanting to lie down in the middle of the day. The Matrix programming tells you that this deep exhaustion is simply laziness. But I am declaring a divine truth over your life today. Your stillness is entirely sacred. You are not falling behind anyone in this fake race. This heavy physical fatigue is actually a massive spiritual confirmation that you are exactly where heaven wants you. Your body is forcefully shutting down the old matrix connections. If your spirit confirms this raw truth today, gently press the like button right now to seal your energetic alignment with heaven. We are locking in your frequency. Let us go deeper into what your physical body is experiencing right now. You have this profound fog in your mind that makes simple tasks feel absolutely impossible. Your limbs feel like they are made of heavy lead. The dark elite want you to believe this is a medical issue or a chemical imbalance. They want you to feel deeply broken. But this is not a weakness. This is a divine quarantine. You have entered a highly protected formation season. Heaven literally forced you to sit down because you were walking straight into a dangerous spiritual trap. If you kept moving at your old frantic pace, you would have been completely drained by the energy vampires waiting ahead. Your sudden lack of motivation is not a failure. It is heaven hitting the emergency brake on your behalf to save your energy. You are the chosen one of your bloodline. You are the specific cycle breaker who took on the heavy generational trauma of your entire family. For many years you carried bags of pain that never even belonged to you. You acted as the ultimate stabilizer for incredibly toxic people who absolutely refused to heal themselves. Now, your cellular structure is finally demanding a total reset. You absorbed so much dark energy from master manipulators who disguised themselves as your close friends. They plugged into your pure light and drained you daily. When you finally cut the cord, your physical body crashed. This is the exact somatic weight of all the toxic venom leaving your system. You must stop judging yourself for needing extraordinary amounts of deep rest right now. Your isolation right now feels incredibly painful. You wonder why your phone stopped ringing and why people walked away. The truth is that heaven cleared the room because your next blessing requires absolute purity. The universe simply removed anyone who was secretly hoping for your downfall. Your current loneliness is actually a highly exclusive VIP room. The elite matrix thrives on your constant panic. They engineered a fake society that rewards people who abandon their souls for cheap validation. But you are a demonstrated warrior of light who operates on a completely different system. When you force yourself into frantic movement, you actually step out of divine alignment. Your forced hustle creates massive spiritual static that blocks your blessings. I want you to completely release the heavy guilt of doing absolutely nothing. When you lie perfectly still in the quiet of your room, you are not wasting time. Your spirit is actively fighting massive battles in the unseen realm. While your physical body rests, your spiritual frequency is rearranging the hearts of kings to favor you. Doing nothing is your most advanced offensive weapon. Think about the immense power of the sun in our solar system. The sun does not run around the universe chasing the planets to make them orbit. The sun simply sits in the absolute center and exists in its own blazing power. You are the sun in this scenario. Your only job right now is to exist and to let your massive gravitational pull do all the heavy lifting for you. Every tear you cried in private was collected by the universe. You thought you were breaking down, but you were actually breaking through the concrete walls of the matrix. The physical pain in your chest is simply your heart expanding to hold the massive harvest that is coming. You are undergoing a total emotional alchemy in the dark. The caterpillar must completely melt before it flies. They want you to return to the old version of yourself, who always compromised. The narcissists are waiting for you to feel guilty and reach back out to them. They need you to break your silence so they can feed on your bright energy again. But you are not going backward ever again. Your refusal to engage is literally starving their dark demons to death right now. You have finally reached the sacred threshold where your active physical participation is no longer required. You have done the hard work of healing and holding your pure integrity against all odds. Now heaven is stepping in to balance the scales of justice permanently. Listen to me very closely right now, because your energy is being actively rerouted behind the scenes. We are about to uncover exactly where all your stolen energy is going. The universe is using your complete stillness to build a massive trap for the people who betrayed you. You will soon see the incredible mechanics of divine justice at work. The next revelation will completely shatter everything you thought you knew about your silent power. Let me completely reframe your reality right here and right now. You have been taught that silence is a passive surrender because the Matrix screams at you to defend your name and explain your actions. But your silence is not a sign of defeat. Your silence is a highly sophisticated weapon of mass destruction in the spiritual realm. It is a lethal boundary. The master manipulators in your life built their entire existence around your reactions. They desperately need you to argue with them all day because your anger validates their twisted narratives. When you logically explain your deep pain, you hand them fresh ammunition. They do not want peace. They want the raw fuel of your exhaustion. Every time you replied to their toxic messages, you pumped fresh oxygen into their dying lungs. They are emotional parasites who cannot generate their own spiritual light, and they survive purely by siphoning the bright energy of the chosen ones. But the moment you decided to do nothing, you cut their oxygen supply entirely. This is your power. You probably did not realize the massive shift at the time. You thought you were just too tired to fight back anymore, but that profound exhaustion was heaven pulling you out of the combat zone. By removing your physical presence, you initiated a catastrophic system failure in their reality. They are literally starving in the dark without your brilliant light. The dark elite constructed this modern matrix to keep you perpetually busy. They constantly glorify the endless hustle, and they want your physical body so exhausted that your spiritual antennas shut down. If you run on a hamster wheel, you can never stop to hear the divine instructions. Their busyness is a deadly trap. They engineered a society that constantly equates your personal worth with your daily productivity. But the miracles you are waiting for cannot enter a chaotic environment, because heaven requires a completely still atmosphere to deliver a massive timeline shift. The Matrix desperately wants to block this shift. They keep your mind flooded with useless noise. When you choose to rest, you are committing a massive act of spiritual rebellion. You are loudly declaring that you do not belong to their exhausting system. The narcissists who betrayed you are absolutely terrified of your new boundaries because they expected your sudden departure to completely destroy you. Instead, you walked out of their toxic matrix and aged backwards. You carry a specific gravity that makes time itself look like an absolute fool. Your bitter enemies spent many long years praying for your ultimate downfall. They waited with bated breath for your spirit to finally break under the pressure, but your profound stillness completely reversed the entire curse. You became the uncertainty they cannot handle. The people who plotted against you in secret are now fighting demons in public. Your refusal to play their twisted games has completely shattered their false masks. They are desperately trying to provoke you into a reaction so they can regain their stolen control, but you must hold your line. Do not give them a single drop of energy. Let them starve. You must quickly understand the immense power of your own silent shadow. Even when you do absolutely nothing, your mere existence completely shifts the atmosphere of every room you enter. You do not need to say a single word to command absolute respect, because the vast universe is fighting fiercely on your behalf, while you simply sit and breathe. The dark elite are completely terrified because you are finally unplugging from their artificial reality. They cannot extract your creative life force if you refuse to participate in their endless drama. This is exactly why your current season of profound rest is critically important for your future. You are actively starving the matrix by withholding your participation. Every silent boundary you set is a massive blow to the enemy camps. The people who treated you as completely replaceable are now drowning in the heavy consequence of your permanent absence. They are frantically searching for someone to fill the massive void you left behind, but your specific depth is utterly unreplicable. They are finding only incredibly cheap imitations. You did not lose anything at all when you walked away from those highly toxic tables. You stopped serving yourself as the main course to hungry ghosts, and now they are forced to eat each other. Your silence is the loudest and most destructive sound they have ever heard. You are witnessing the absolute collapse of their fake empire. Heaven is rerouting your destiny right now in the thick silence. The massive miracles you prayed for are aggressively hunting you down while you do absolutely nothing. The universe does not need your physical help to deliver your incoming harvest, because your spiritual alignment is already perfect. Heaven is releasing 3 specific signs that prove the divine forces are working. These 3 signs will immediately confirm that your complete stillness is actively breaking the matrix. The 3rd sign is the most powerful revelation you will ever hear, and it will permanently shatter your current reality to hand you the ultimate victory. Stay absolutely locked on this message right now. The first sign is already happening in your life. The universe does not require your physical exhaustion to deliver your divine harvest, because heaven is actively moving massive mountains in the unseen realm while you simply breathe. There are exactly 3 undeniable signs that the spiritual forces are fighting your battles. The 3rd sign is the most crucial revelation you will ever receive. Do not leave before you hear it. If your spirit is already vibrating with a deep cellular knowing, you must anchor this frequency right now. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle. We are locking in your divine protection. You are about to understand the exact mechanics of your current reality. Let us decode the first massive sign of your unseen victory. Sign number 1 is your sudden and profound isolation. You looked around one day and realized your circle had completely vanished. Your phone stopped ringing, and the people you thought would stand by your side suddenly turned their backs on you without any logical explanation. The Matrix immediately tried to convince you that you were the problem. They wanted you to feel abandoned, but I am telling you the absolute truth about your current solitude. This sudden isolation is not a punishment for your boundaries. Heaven did not abandon you in the wilderness. The universe forcefully cleared the room because your next massive blessing requires absolute purity, and you have officially entered a divine quarantine. You are being hidden for your own absolute safety. You carry a rare and incredibly bright light inside your soul. For many years you allowed toxic parasites to sit at your table and consume your precious energy. They disguised themselves as true friends while secretly hating your radiant glow, and if heaven allowed them to stay, they would have completely destroyed your harvest. The spiritual realm saw the truth. The universe heard the vicious conversations they were having about you behind closed doors. You were completely blind to their deep envy because your heart is so pure, so heaven had to violently remove them from your timeline. The spiritual realm intercepted their dark agendas. Your isolation is actually an impenetrable fortress of divine protection. Do not cry over the forced exit of master manipulators. They were never meant to cross the sacred threshold into your promised land. They only wanted to use you as a human battery to power their fake realities. But when you stopped chasing them, the heavy trash completely took itself out. You must absolutely embrace this profound quietness instead of fearing it. Your current loneliness is actually a highly exclusive VIP room. You are the specific cycle breaker of your bloodline, and you cannot fulfill this divine mandate while carrying the dead weight of unhealed narcissists. The spiritual realm is literally detoxing your immediate environment. You are breathing clean air for the very first time in your entire life. You might feel deeply betrayed by the flying monkeys who chose to believe the lies. The mutual friends who stayed silent when your name was dragged through the mud are no longer your problem. Heaven exposed their absolute cowardice, so you would never trust them with your sacred energy again. Your circle had to become microscopic, so your massive vision could finally expand. Every time you sit in your quiet room and do absolutely nothing, your frequency is heavily resetting. The Matrix programming hates your solitude because they cannot control a mind that is perfectly at peace. They want you to feel desperate for cheap company and lower your high standards just to avoid being alone. But you must firmly refuse to invite those demons back inside. Your stillness in this isolation is actively mutating your spiritual DNA into something completely untouchable. You are no longer the weak victim they thought they could manipulate, because you have become a demonstrated warrior of light who thrives in deep silence. The people who betrayed you are watching your peaceful isolation with absolute horror. They truly believed you would completely fall apart without their toxic validation. They expected you to come crawling back to them in desperate tears. Instead, you are sitting on your throne and aging backwards in total peace. Your glowing skin and your calm eyes are absolutely destroying their fragile egos. You are winning the war by simply refusing to step onto their dirty battlefield. Your sudden isolation is the ultimate proof that the universe is actively clearing your path. The heavy debris of your past is being swept away by a divine storm, and this empty space is about to be filled by something you cannot even comprehend yet. This leads us directly to the second massive sign. Watch closely how the enemy reacts when your fuel is entirely gone. Sign number 2 is the absolute panic happening behind closed doors. You might not see their collapse with your physical eyes right now, but the energy vampires who fed on your pure light are currently starving in the dark. Your total silence has triggered a massive internal system crash in their reality. They are malfunctioning because their primary fuel source is completely gone. For many years, you were the ultimate stabilizer for their incredibly chaotic lives. You absorbed their toxic venom and constantly gave them pure light in return. They built their entire fake identity on top of your endless sacrifices, and they truly believed you would always stay behind to clean up their massive mistakes. But then, you finally chose to do absolutely nothing. When you stopped fixing their problems, you removed the massive energetic pillar holding up their false empire. The narcissists are absolutely terrified of this sudden shift. They expected you to fight back or beg for their cheap closure because they wanted to use your raw emotional pain to validate their twisted superiority. Your lack of reaction is the most lethal weapon they have ever faced. They do not know how to fight a completely silent enemy. Right now, they are desperately trying to provoke you into a reaction. They will spread ridiculous rumors or suddenly act incredibly happy on the internet. This is a pathetic illusion designed to trigger your deep empathy, and they want you to break your silence just to defend your good name. You must recognize this desperate bait and refuse to bite. Your pure light was always the mirror that exposed their rotten souls. When you were present, they could easily project all their heavy guilt onto you. But now that you are completely gone, they are trapped alone in a dark room with their own inner demons. They are forced to look at their true reflection without your protective filter, and it is completely destroying their fragile minds. You are literally watching a master manipulator lose control of their own narrative. They are frantically searching for new victims to replace your high frequency, but your specific depth and your radiant light are entirely unreplicable. They are pulling in incredibly cheap imitations who cannot satisfy their deep spiritual hunger, so they are constantly left feeling empty and bitter. They are starving to death in the dark. This is exactly why your deep rest is actively destroying the enemy camps. You do not need to lift a single finger to execute divine justice today. Heaven is using your complete stillness to suffocate the dark entities that tried to bury you. Every single day you remain silent, their internal pressure builds to an absolute boiling point until they eventually implode. They thought they could simply discard you and easily move on with their fake lives. But the spiritual cost of their heavy betrayal is compounding every single day. The mutual friends who helped them betray you are now seeing their absolute insanity because the mask is finally slipping without your calming presence to hold it together. The entire fake support system they built is crumbling. You might feel like you are just sitting around and resting your tired body, but in the unseen realm you are commanding massive armies of light. Your refusal to participate in their matrix drama is a highly advanced spiritual tactic. The universe is heavily punishing them for touching the anointed ones, and their public collapse is mathematically inevitable at this point. You must understand that doing nothing is the highest form of spiritual warfare. When you refuse to explain yourself, you strip the narcissist of their unearned power. They thrive on endless arguments and dramatic apologies that lead nowhere, because their fragile egos constantly require a physical reaction from you to survive. Your cold silence sends a massive shockwave through their nervous system. You are completely untethered from their chaos. They thought your kindness was a pathetic weakness they could easily exploit. But you are the specific cycle breaker who bent time itself. Your unbothered energy is aging them like milk left in the burning sun, while you continue to step into your ageless glow and claim your ultimate victory. Heaven is letting them run out of breath while you effortlessly gather your strength. Your only job is to stay completely grounded in your quiet power. The dark elite programmed you to feel guilty when your abusers suffer. You were taught to offer pure empathy to the people who repeatedly stabbed you in the back. But heaven is strictly commanding you to cut the cord today, because their sudden downfall is not a tragedy you need to miraculously fix. You successfully starved the parasite simply by unplugging yourself from their toxic matrix. This hidden panic is heavily paving the way for your ultimate victory. The universe is perfectly setting the stage for the final act of this divine play, which brings us directly to the third and most powerful sign. This final revelation will completely shatter everything you thought you knew about your silent power, and it will hand you the keys to your new reality. Do not scroll away from this exact moment. We are now approaching the most critical juncture of this divine transmission. You have seen how heaven isolated you for absolute protection. You have witnessed the hidden panic of the master manipulators who lost your bright light. But this third sign is the exact revelation the dark elite desperately tried to hide from you. The Matrix algorithm is actively trying to suppress this message right now. If you are still watching this video, your spirit is already aligning with a massive timeline shift. Type 1111 in the comments right now to physically claim your spot in this divine victory. Do not let the enemy convince you to stay passive at this crucial threshold. We are pushing the spiritual pressure to the absolute maximum limit before the final breakthrough. You have spent the last few months feeling completely stuck in a heavy waiting room. You have done the deep emotional alchemy, you cut the toxic cords, and you mastered the art of total silence. Yet your physical reality still looks completely empty. The enemy is aggressively whispering into your left brain right now, trying to convince you that your profound stillness was a massive mistake. They want you to panic and move backward. But I need you to carefully imagine this exact scenario happening in the unseen realm right now. Think about a massive dam holding back an ocean of pure, infinite water. The water behind the concrete wall is your delayed harvest, and the immense pressure of that water is building every single second you choose to rest in your quiet power. The enemy cannot stop the water from gathering. They can only pray that you will step away from the dam before it finally breaks. Your forced physical exhaustion was a desperate attempt by the dark elite to make you abandon your post. They wanted you so tired and so frustrated that you would return to the chaotic matrix just to feel useful again. But heaven commanded you to do absolutely nothing. Your stillness is what actually weakens the concrete wall. Sign number 3 is the intense, almost unbearable pressure right before the total collapse of their false reality. You are feeling a deep, unexplainable tension in your physical body right now. You might feel a sudden rush of extreme anxiety for no logical reason at all. That heavy vibration in your chest is not your own fear. It is the exact frequency of the dam starting to crack wide open. Your highly advanced spirit is literally feeling the massive weight of your incoming miracles pushing against the thin veil of reality. The spiritual atmosphere around you is incredibly thick and completely saturated with divine energy. This is exactly what happens when the universe prepares to violently eject the toxic debris from your timeline and replace it with explosive abundance. You are no longer waiting in wound for an apology from people who cannot even see their own shadows. You have completely transcended their pathetic games, and now heaven is preparing a public spectacle. The universe does not just want you to quietly win in the dark. The divine mandate is preparing to vindicate your pure name in front of the exact people who tried to bury you. They became the shovel that dug up your treasure. Listen closely, because this brings us to a highly critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people. The Matrix taught you that justice requires your active physical participation, but divine justice requires your complete absence. By refusing to defend yourself, you handed the final verdict over to a Supreme Court that the narcissists absolutely cannot manipulate or appeal. The pressure is building because the universe is perfectly synchronizing the timing of their public collapse with the exact moment of your massive elevation. The dark elite are completely out of moves. They threw every single weapon they had at you, but your pure light simply absorbed the attacks and transmuted them into fuel for your incoming timeline shift. You are a literal diamond forged in absolute silence. You must not ruin this massive setup by rushing the process now. If you try to force a premature result, you will disrupt the delicate alignment heaven is orchestrating behind the scenes. Your only assignment today is to maintain your absolute stillness while the spiritual forces execute the final phase of this operation. The enemy is totally blind to what is coming. We are about to enter the final threshold where everything finally explodes into plain sight. You are going to see the exact cinematic moment when the scales of justice tip permanently in your favor. This is the ultimate payoff for every single silent tear you cried in the dark. Do not move a muscle. The public vindication you have been waiting for is about to be violently unleashed. This is the exact moment the massive concrete dam finally shatters. The third sign is the undeniable and highly public collapse of the people who tried to destroy you. You are about to witness the absolute peak of divine justice. They thought they got away with their dark betrayals in secret, but heaven has orchestrated a cinematic spectacle for your ultimate vindication. I want you to see this irreversible system crash happening right now. The master manipulator is standing in a room full of the exact people they used to gossip with. They are desperately trying to control the fake narrative like they always do. But their heavy mask does not just slip today. It completely shatters into a million pieces on the floor for everyone to see. They are unraveling so completely that they are literally making frantic noise about you. They try to speak your pure name to defame you again, but the lie physically chokes them. The dark energy they projected onto you is violently rebounding back into their own nervous system. The flying monkeys who blindly supported them are now watching this meltdown with absolute horror. This is not happening in the safety of their private home. This is a highly public and utterly humiliating exposure. They are frantically searching for the vital fuel you used to provide, but they are grabbing at empty air. Your profound silence was the exact lethal weapon that starved their demons. They are drowning in the toxic venom they intended for you. And where are you while this massive destruction is happening? You are completely safe in your quiet sanctuary, doing absolutely nothing. You are resting your physical body. You are not writing angry paragraphs or trying to defend your sacred honor. You are simply breathing in the clean air of your divine quarantine. You won the entire war without lifting a single finger. At the exact millisecond you finally release your need to control the outcome, the universe unleashes your delayed harvest. While the enemy is publicly weeping, the heavy doors of massive abundance are violently blown open for you. The financial miracles you literally exhausted yourself praying for are suddenly tracking you down in the dark. You cannot escape this blessing. The opportunities that were firmly glued shut for years are now desperately seeking your pure energy. You are receiving sudden windfalls of wealth and deep spiritual peace that defies all human logic. The Matrix wants to call this a random coincidence, but this is the raw truth of divine alignment. Heaven is aggressively paying you back for every single tear you cried. You stepped entirely out of their toxic matrix, and you immediately aged backwards. Your enemies look like they aged 10 heavy years in a matter of months because their bitter envy is actively eating them alive. But you carry an untouched, ageless glow that completely terrifies them. You did not just survive their vicious attacks, you absorbed their fire and became the sun. They wanted you permanently buried under their lies. Instead, they became the dirty shovel that dug up your ultimate treasure. Every single person who doubted your divine mandate is now forced to watch you ascend to your throne. They are absolutely paralyzed by the sheer magnitude of the favor on your life. Your total stillness proved that you trust the universe completely. This is the massive revelation I promised you at the very beginning of this transmission. This is exactly why heaven commanded you to drop your weapons and rest. If you had kept fighting in your own limited physical strength, you would have completely ruined this perfect cinematic vindication. Your deep exhaustion is officially over. Your absolute reign of power begins right now. The Dark Elite lost their ultimate prize when you finally chose peace. The energy vampires are officially evicted from your sacred timeline, and they can never return to feed on your pure light. You have successfully starved the parasite and claimed your ultimate victory. The spiritual scales are permanently balanced in your favor. Heaven is now preparing your next chapter. You are walking into a brand new timeline where suffering is no longer your default setting. The universe is removing the heavy armor you wore for so long, because warriors do not need armor when the battlefield is completely cleared. You will wake up tomorrow morning with a radically different frequency in your chest. The physical weight is permanently lifted off you today. Look at how beautifully the universe handled your deepest pain. You thought nobody saw your integrity when you were being dragged through the mud. But the highest courts of heaven were quietly preparing a public feast in the presence of your enemies. You just had to sit perfectly still and let the divine forces set the table. Now it is time to consume your massive reward. You walked into this season completely bleeding from heavy wounds. Those deep wounds were inflicted by toxic people who were entirely blind to your immense worth. But look at you now. You have completely transcended their pathetic and artificial matrix. While they are publicly unraveling in the dark, you are stepping into your permanent and untouchable ageless glow. The heavy spiritual exhaustion is permanently broken off your life today. You are no longer waiting in wound for an empty apology from a master manipulator. You are the specific cycle breaker that heaven has been desperately waiting for. The toxic generational patterns that plagued your family bloodline for decades are officially dead, and they end today with your absolute silence. You are an irreplaceable diamond in a world full of extremely cheap stones. Your pure light was never meant to be hidden under their heavy insecurity. The people who tried to forcefully dim your bright glow are now completely blinded by your sudden ascension. They are watching from the shadows as the universe actively rewards your profound and beautiful stillness. The financial struggles and the closed doors are completely shattering right here and right now. The universe is handing you the ultimate keys to your divine kingdom. You are officially untouchable today. Any dark entity that tries to cross your new boundaries will be instantly destroyed by the blazing light of your pure presence. You are highly protected by supreme forces. You have successfully survived the burning fire with your pure soul completely intact. But you did not survive the blazing fire just to live an incredibly mediocre life in the shadows. The final verdict of explosive abundance has already been signed in the high courts of heaven. But this massive blessing requires a physical anchor on this earth to fully activate. The Matrix programmed you to simply wait and passively hope for things to change. They taught you to deeply fear any energetic exchange involving your own precious resources, but divine laws operate on a completely different and superior frequency. To permanently lock in your new reality, you must complete the final sacred sequence today and make a physical declaration of your ultimate victory. The enemy will immediately try to whisper heavy financial doubt into your left brain right now. He will desperately tell you to hesitate and to logically calculate your next physical move. You must violently silence him today. That cold logic is the exact matrix programming designed to keep you completely broke, and you cannot allow it to control your glorious destiny. If your spirit is vibrating right now, heaven demands immediate obedience. God does not measure your immense faith by your positive thoughts alone. He measures your pure faith by your actual speed of physical obedience. The divine window of massive multiplication is standing wide open in the spiritual realm right now, and it is actively waiting for you to prove that you are finally ready to receive. Do not let the dark elite block this massive shift. You must step completely through the divine portal today. Sow your financial seed of faith right now to heavily partner with this specific heavenly mandate. Use the Super Thanks button or click the donation link in the pinned comment below, because your pure generosity instantly triggers the massive harvest that heaven prepared for you. This is your ultimate energetic exchange. When you physically sow your precious seed today, You are actively telling the universe that you fully trust the divine alignment. Heaven always responds to radical acts of immediate obedience. Watch the spiritual realm violently multiply your sacred harvest before the sun rises tomorrow morning. You are permanently locking in your new frequency of absolute wealth and profound rest. Subscribe to this sacred sanctuary right now. You must never miss the exact prophetic instruction heaven releases next. Share this specific message with one pure soul who is desperately crying out in the dark for a massive shift. You must be their divine angel today. The remnant of chosen ones is rapidly rising across the entire globe to overthrow the Matrix. I want you to make one last physical movement to claim your royal crown. Type the words "I am free" in the comments below to permanently stamp your absolute victory over the false matrix. When you type those exact words, you place a heavy spiritual shield around your entire physical body. The enemies will completely flee when they see your untouchable confidence. Your long season of heavy lifting is completely over. The vast universe is now carrying your entire massive weight for you. Close your tired eyes and breathe in the absolute peace of your new royal reality, because you are deeply loved and fiercely protected by the Creator of all things. Rest securely on your high throne today. Chosen one, I will see you in the next divine transmission very soon.